Hi, I'm Tammy from Cozy Pup Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this super adorable easy crochet sweater in a small size. This is mostly just to help people that have purchased the pattern on Etsy with some bits of the jumper that might be a bit confusing. If you haven't purchased the pattern yet, you can purchase it in the description below. I'll add a link there for you. To make this pattern, we are going to need 100 grams of medium weight yarn, or we call this 10 ply in Australia. So that's about 150 meters or 150 yards. You're going to need a 5mm crochet hook. You will need a yarn needle, it'll look like this, and you'll need a pair of scissors. I'll list that all down in the description for you below. If you want a different size of the pattern, you can click a link down below to go to my Etsy page, and you can purchase the pattern in 5 different sizes from below. To start with, we do a beginning chain. Super easy to do. I will put a link in the description on an easy tutorial on how to do a chain, but we're going to do a starting chain of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what we're going to do is a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then a single crochet in each chain along. So single crochet into that second chain, and then into each chain along. I'll also put a link in the description on how to do a single crochet. I'm sure there'll be an easy tutorial somewhere. And then when we get to the end, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work around. So now we're working back along this way. This is how we're going to work the collar back and forth like this until you reach the required length. So all you do is, normally when you do a single crochet, you'd insert in here and go through both of these loops. But what you want to do for this is, don't go into this first loop, just go into the back loop only. So this is the front loop here, this is the back loop here. So we're going to put our needle into the back loop only, grab our yarn, pull it through, and complete that single crochet. And you want to do it into the back loop only in every stitch along, and it should be 8 single crochets into the back loop only, just like so. Last one, and then you do the same thing again. So you chain 1, turn your work around, and we want a single crochet into the back loop only. So 8 single crochets all the way along into the back loop only. Beautiful. Chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to keep doing that. We've got 3 rows at the moment, 1, 2, 3. We're going to keep doing that until our thing reaches 48 rows. So I will meet you back here when we're at 48 rows. Okay. We are on to the last row of single crochet into the back loop only. So we're going to do the 8 single crochet into the back loop only. And then we're going to still chain 1 at the end. Just like this, chain 1, and then instead of turning our work and going along here like we have been doing, we're going to turn the collar on the side like this, and we're going to start working along this edge here, this long edge here. And we're going to do a single crochet into each of the next 20 rows of single crochet. So this is a row of single crochet, and we want a single crochet into the top of each of the next 20 rows. I'll show you where I like to do my single crochets. So I like to single crochet in this little bit here, just like that. And then for the next one, I like to single crochet through this little hole here, just like that. Same thing again. That's my 3rd single crochet, and then into this one here, and that's just giving me a single crochet. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And so we keep doing that until we get up to 20. I always like to double check, that way I'm not pulling apart stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cool. And now what we're going to do here is create a little chain 8. And this is just going to be a little space that if you want to take your dog for a walk with the jumper on, their lead can come through here. So all we do is chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to skip 8 single crochet rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do a single crochet into this 9th stitch here. So just insert, pull through, and complete that single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet into the rest of these single crochet rows. So there should be 19 left. So that means including this single crochet, you'll have 20 single crochets on either side. And that will take the stitch count for this row up to 48. Then we get to the end and we chain 2 instead of 1. So chain 2, and then we turn our work. And now we're going to begin in this row here. This is going to create the body of the jumper, and from now on we'll be going back and forth along this edge. This chain 2, it doesn't count as a stitch here and throughout the pattern. So what we want to do, we've done a chain 2, and now we're going to do 2 double crochets into this first stitch here. If you don't know how to do a double crochet, I will also add a link for how to do one of those here. And then we're going to double crochet again into that same stitch. So 2 double crochets into the first stitch. And then we're going to do a double crochet into every stitch along. We're up to the chain now. I find it easier if I turn the chain so I can see the individual chains, and we're just going to do a double crochet into each of the 8 chains. Just like that. And it's always good to count here and make sure you do have 8 double crochets, because if you miss one of the chains, that will just mess up your stitch count for the rest of the pattern. So I always stop after doing this and just check that I've got 8 in my little chain here. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And then I just keep double crocheting along the rest of the row until I get to the end. Right, we're almost at the end of the row. So we've got 1 more double crochet here, and then in this stitch we're going to do 2 double crochet again. That 2 double crochet is actually called an increase. So what we did at the start here, that was an increase, and we're going to increase again at the end here. And just be very careful when you're crocheting in this part. This is actually the chain that we did at the end of the other row, so we don't want to crochet into that one. Make sure you're counting all the way along. So you should have 46 double crochet. I'm about to do my 46th in here. So 46 double crochet plus the increase that we did at the end. So that would be 48. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets into this stitch here. Just like that. And then that makes our total stitch count for this row 50. So we're going to chain 2 again. We're going to turn our work around, and then we're going to do an increase in the start of this row here, and an increase at the end again here, and then just a double crochet into each stitch all the way along. So increase at the start, so that's 2 double crochets into 1 stitch, just like that. And then I'm going to do a double crochet in every stitch along, which should be 48 double crochets. Alright, I'm almost at the end of row 3. I'm going to do another increase in this last stitch here. Remember, the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. So into that last stitch, do an increase. And then we're going to chain 2 again, turn our work. And we're just going to keep doing that until we get to row 7. So we should increase in each of the first stitches, and that will increase our row by 2 each time. And so by the time we get up to row 6, we should have 2 increases and then 54 double crochets, and then an increase in the end. So an increase, 54 double crochet, and then an increase at the end. I'll meet you back there when you've finished row 6. Alright, just coming to the end of row 6. Just going to finish off my double crochets and do an increase in the end. And then I'll do 2 chains. This is what it should be looking like. We want this little sort of V to make it a little bit wider. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first row was that row of single crochet. So we should have an increase in either end and then 54 double crochets along. If we chain 2, turn our work. Now what we're going to do is create the little sleeve holes for our dog's little legs to go through. So all we want to do is 6 double crochets. We're not doing an increase this time, so it's just 1 double crochet into that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to create a little space, we're going to chain 10 like we did for the little neck hole before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to skip 10 stitches down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do a double crochet into the 11th stitch. So we yarn over, insert, and finish off the double crochet. Another 25 double crochet, so it should be 26 double crochet along, including this one here. And then we're going to do another chain 10 to make the second leg hole. Okay, I've got my 26 normal double crochets here, and then I'm going to chain 10 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to come down to this row and skip those 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to double crochet into that 11th stitch there. And then I'm going to finish off 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be 6 double crochet here. And this is what it should be looking like. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to turn our work, and we're we're going to do 58 double crochets. So same as before, 1 double crochet into each stitch. We're not doing any more increases. This is as wide as our sweater is going to get. And just remember to make sure you count as you go along the chain. Make sure you do 10 stitches into the chain.
Excellent. So finish off that row. Looks like this. So we just finished row 8, which is 58 double crochets. We're going to do row 8 again until we reach row 17. So we're going to repeat row 8, what is that, 9 times until we reach row 17. So it's just 58 double crochets. So 1 double crochet in each stitch along. And I'll meet you when we get to row 17. Okay, that is the last double crochet of row 17. So it should look like this now. And all we're going to do instead of chaining 2 is we're going to chain 1. We're going to pull our thread through, grab our scissors, cut it off here, and then continue to pull this through just to tie that little edge off. Now we're going to turn our work and we're going to start creating the little back flap of the jumper that sits over their little bottoms. So create a little stitch, and then we're going to skip 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then into this 8th stitch, we're going to insert our hook. We're going to do a little slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and then we're going to do double crochet 2 together. So we're going to start in this chain that we've just done in the stitch that we've just done the chain in. So to do a double crochet 2 together, we yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. Instead of finishing off the double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all of those 3 stitches, and that is actually called a decrease. So double crochet 2 together or a decrease, and then we're going to do 40 double crochets. Right, 39, 40, and then in these last 2 stitches here, we're going to do another decrease. I'll put a link in for a video on how to do a decrease stitch. So we do a double crochet, pull through 2, leave these 2 on the hook, and then go as if you're doing another double crochet. And then we yarn over and then pull through all 3, and that's another decrease right at the end. So we did a decrease at the start and we're doing a decrease at the end, or a double crochet 2 together. Then we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and we're going to do a decrease or a double crochet 2 together in these first 2 stitches here as well. And then we should have 38 double crochet. And then when we get to this end again, we're going to decrease in these last 2 stitches here, just like we did at the start. Alright, so once we've done 38 double crochets, we're then going to do a decrease in these last 2 stitches, or a double crochet 2 together. Just like that. We're going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work. Right, we're going to do the same thing for the next row. So we're going to do a decrease in the first 2 stitches here and a decrease in the last 2 stitches here, and we'll have 36 double crochet in between, and we're going to do that for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 more rows till we get to row 24, and we should have 28 double crochets in the middle with a decrease on each end, which will total 30 stitches all the way along. So I'll meet you when we get back to that part. We are coming to the end of row 24. I'm just finishing off the 28 double crochets, and then I'm going to double crochet 2 together to finish off this row. And then this is double crochet 2 together in these last 2 stitches, like so. That's it. And then we're just going to chain 1, pull this through, cut our thread, pull this through to tie it off. And your sweater is almost complete. All we have to do from here is just fold it in half like so. Get the yarn out of the way. And then all we're going to do is single crochet these 2 sides together, and you just want to do from here to here. We don't want to stitch this part up, just from here to here. So all I do is I create a little hook, pick up my piece, I make sure I go through both sides of the fabric. There's no really right or wrong way to do this. As long as you do the stitches neatly and it doesn't look too messy, it's pretty easy to do. And then I just do a single crochet straight into that little space I've inserted the hook, just like that. And then I'll single crochet into every single crochet here. And I make sure I go through to the back piece. We just do that the whole way along. And then when you get to the end, just going to do the same thing that we did before. Just do a slip stitch, pull that thread through, cut it off, make sure it's long enough for you to be able to stitch this end back in. And then all you do with these little bits here is you grab your yarn needle and you just secure this back into the sweater. I like to go through this single crochet that we just did because that's nice and tight. And so I'll just loop this in until I feel like that is nice and secure and it's not going to come undone. And then I just snip this excess thread off, and you want to do that to all the other little bits of thread that you've got. Once that is all done, all you have to do is grab your sweater, I'm just sticking my hand in here, and flip it the right way out. And then your sweater is complete. You can pop it on your dog. Super easy. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and let me know if you want any other tutorials for any of my other patterns and I can work on that for you. Happy crocheting!